And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Today we're talking about the Kingdoms of Crusaders. This is one of 4 games I got from a new Russian company, Right Games. This is a 2-player card-laying game, although the rules talk about 3 to 4-player games, but you need 2 copies of the game to play that, so I guess you could. What it is in essence is a kind of form of battle line in a Knizia game where you're just basically trying to play down cards. It does seem as if there is a problem with the game, a hang-up with it, although the game has a good deal of potential. Let me show you, and I'll tell you what I think the problem is and how it could be fixed. The game starts with, you have these 2 cardboard things you put together, and basically it forms 4 zones. If you play with multiple players, you can, I suppose, turn them sideways like that. Again, you're going to need a box to play, another box to play it with multiple players, although they include these things to show who wins each round, and they actually include them for a 3rd player in case you win that one. But go figure. Anyway, the way that you play this game is you're going to have a bunch of these cards, and you're going to have several of them in your hand. And when you look at them in your hand, you really only need to look at the tops of the cards. So you can hold them like this. And you can see that they show different troops in your army, sometimes in combination, and sometimes quite a few of them. I must take a moment here to show you just a really nice woodcut artwork that is on all these cards. Looks really good, but at the same time it's a nice contrast to these very sharp looking icons in the top corners. Now, these start here from the weakest, your spearmen, and go all the way over till you get to your armies at the end here. Your knight will pass your knights, and those are the strongest. Well, on your turn, you can play a card to any of the locations on the board. Your opponent will play a card to any location on the board. So as time goes by, you will be playing cards to all the locations. However, you can play more than 1 card per location. As you can see, you're eventually going to have 4 cards for each location. Now, once a location has 4 cards on both sides, so each player is playing 20 cards. Once a card has 4 locations on each side, you will then compare the 4 cards from each side. So let me show you how this works. Let's say these are the 2 sides. They both have a set of 3, because that's the most powerful. The most powerful is a set of 4, I'm sorry, but the set of 3 is the most powerful on these cards. But it's the same thing, they're both spears. So we then go to their sets of 2. Oh, they both have a set of 2 knights, but then the green has a set of 2 of the swordsmen. So this guy is the winner. And that's basically what it is. You look at the sets of 4s, if there is one. So if I have a set of 4 of these guys, it's going to beat a set of 2 knights, no problem. But if my opponent has a set of 4 of anything, then he is going to win that one. Which means if you play a set of 4 of the orange icon, you're going to win a location if your opponent cannot play one. Which also then means whoever draws the most of the cards with orange icons has a huge advantage. Other than that, the game plays very much like the Reiner Knizia Classic Battle Line, where you're constantly playing cards, and I mean, you're only playing 20 cards per course of the game, and so you play them, and don't try to show your hand at any one location too early, and try to have the best combination somewhere so that you can win that location. Whoever wins 3 of the 5 locations is the winner. So there you go. As I pointed out, it seems like when it comes down to it, luck of the card draw really determines the victor. So I think there's 2 fixes to that. One is to have it so that 4 of a kind can be beaten by 2 3 of a kinds. And that will make it a lot more tactical in how you place cards. Or this would be a bit more, I guess, setup oriented by giving players the exact same decks to play with. But other than that, I mean, I like the idea. The artwork is phenomenal. The game looks fantastic. I like how it has this old, woodcut feel to the artwork, and yet the colors are nice and bright. It's easy to hold the cards. I really like that, and I like the idea of it. I mean, it's an abstract game, but that's fine. I just think it needs a bit of fixing to be as good of a game as it could be.
Thanks for joining us today. For more written, audio, and video reviews, as well as the #1 board game podcast, check out the website at www.thedicetower.com. Until then, this is Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower.